Ja nüüd, head PÖFF TV vaatajad, ei lähegi me väga kaugele, vaid läheme külla meie lõunanaabritele Lätisse, sest Balti filmiprogrammis on meil sel aastal film JELGAVA 94. Vaatame sellest ühte väikest klippi ka.
Apsveicu.
O, Belička. Cik var ņemt?
Vienu.
A, ja es divas paņemšu?
Nā. Ko tu teici?
Pasties kāds gudrinieks mums te. Nu, nav viņa gudrinieka.
Nē.
Es?
Nav.
Ko nē?
Jūs zināt, kas tā tāda nirvāna ir?
Kas?
Nirvāna.
Ja mēs taisam grupu, mēs varētu mums uzzīmēt logo, ko dēmonu, ko kropu reāli.
Ko uzsaka? Negribētu gišu spēlēt? Nu, jā.
Varētu, jā. Mam, ko dari? Beidz! Beidz, ko tu dari? Ko tu dari? Atdod! Kristīna. Ko tu klausies?
Kādu vētru?
Tu neklausies Nirvānu?
Pieķert!
Ar ko tev varētu patīt bučoties? Ar roku vai ar meiteni? Mēs varētu pēc 20 gadiem savākties un bastīties, kā tas izskatīsies. Man liekas, visas tās mājas būs nojauktas.
Pēc 20 gadiem mēs visi nosprāksim.
Kā sauc to sektu? Kurā jūs pielūdzat sātām?
Viss sākās ar kurtu.
Kurtu? Kurtu. Kurtu. Sagvārds.
Jā, tā ir Jelgava. 94. gads. Toreiz dzīve bija īstāka. Bandīti bīstamāki, mati garāki.
Kas būs pēc tam?
Pofīgi. Pats redzējis.
Nüüd on mul hea meel, et minuga on siin Nordic Hotel Foorumis liitunud filmi režissöör Jānis ja filmis peaosatäitjat niisamuti Jānist kehastanud Bruno. Hello and welcome, guys.
Hi.
Is it your first time in Estonia?
No,
No? You've been here like a lot?
not a lot, but I have been here.
Okay. And you?
Like the fifth time.
Fifth time?
Fifth time.
What brings you back here?
This time film festival brought us here.
This time? But
This time.
Just
Bruno, you?
traveling around with family.
To Estonia, yeah?
Yeah.
We often do that as well with families. We go to Latvia. So
Oh,
a really
that's
nice
right.
country. But okay, let's talk about your movie. Jānis, it's based on a book, yeah?
Yep.
But you are, if I may say, quite young. Well,
Thank you.
you're welcome. But this story, the book and the film talks about 90s,
Yep.
the revolution, as we may say.
No, the book doesn't tell us about the revolution. It's like, in some way, it's just a grown-up story, and it's based in the 90s. The only revolution there is the kids,
yeah.
who want to revolt against the childhood. I don't know, against their parents, and like every generation.
Yes, that's kind of what I thought, the Nirvana phase of youngsters. And so, please tell us about the story.
The story is really simple. Like it's based in the middle of the 90s. Like the best student in the class hears somehow get to know about the Kurt Cobain who does the suicide, and then slowly starts to listen to the alternative music, the metal music, and he falls in love with with this black part of the life, and yeah, he falls in love with the girl, and I don't know, classical 14-year-old kid's story.
But how much of you is there in the movie, or when in the middle of the 90s you were a little boy, yeah?
Yes, I was 4 in 1994, but I don't know. It's for me. It was like we kind of separated these duties. For me, it was like to make a story. I don't know about. People make also stories about the 18th century or about medieval times, and there's no one to ask how it looked like. And I made the story about people, like their relationship, and yeah, that's all. And the cinematographer and the set designer, they I choose in some way. I choose exactly them because they come from the. They are, if you might say, like from the same generation as the main character, and yeah, and then they made the visual world. I told the story about.
Where came the idea? You just read the book. It was a very popular book in Latvia, yeah?
Yes.
You just
Not at that time. When I read, like I finished my academy, like film school, and I always had this idea to. I want to make this coming of age story, and yeah, and then I read the book, which at that moment wasn't popular, and yeah.
and then you got yeah.
And
well,
then I understood that in this book there are all these emotions I want to tell about coming of age, and yeah, the circumstances are so good that I couldn't write them on just the thing alone. Like I think this background of the 90s is in some way, I think the same in Estonia, like in some way like a metaphor for teenage years, like because the country was also like in some way in the teenage years of 1994.
Bruno, you are a 16-year-old boy. I guess you don't know much about the 90s, or now you do because you studied for the movie.
Well, I knew a little bit about it before the movie, but now I've learned much more, of course, yeah, because of the whole experience. But everything that was seen in the movie wasn't really new to me, or well, it was, you know, the standard things that I think everyone that has watched at least one history movie has seen. You know, so it's kind of it's common seeing those things.
What maybe you can bring out few things that are completely different when in your teenage years, and the cast you are playing, Jānis.
Well, definitely the metal music. You know, now everyone is just more kind of together. You know, you can listen to rap music and not dress like a rapper. You can listen to metal music and not dress like someone who listens to metal music. It's a lot more mixed now, and yeah, I think that's the main thing that's changed really from that time.
In that movie, teenagers kind of expressed themselves through the music. They found some kind of comfort in the music or answers. Maybe, Jānis, if I'm wrong, please correct me.
Okay, I will.
But
I promise.
is it the same for you?
I listen to music a lot myself, yes, but yeah, I'd say yes. I listen to music a lot, and I think I find some sort of peace in it. You know, I personally don't listen to metal. I listen to rap and pop and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think at that time they really lived by metal, and they really stuck by it.
So, when you studied for the movie, or you got to know the 90s, was there anything you were like, oh my God, this isn't true?
I can't really think of anything, no, besides the fact that they just drank a whole lot of alcohol and smoked a lot. That's really, you know, they were kind of much more, the kids were much more, crazier, I could say, because now we're kind of scared of the consequences. Then they were living more freely, you know.
So there were less boundaries, maybe.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Jānis, it's not your first movie.
Yep.
But your first movie was different from this one.
Yep.
It was about what, maybe?
It was like I would say like a artsy love story. Like we did it without a budget, and we did it as we wanted. So yeah, it was maybe too much influenced by the old cinema of France of the 60s, but yeah, it was very different.
Well, have you found your genre, or what you like to do?
I think the genre is not really important. I think the feeling is important, and then for me, like the films don't need to be understood; they have to be felt. Yeah, felt, and that's very important for me. The genre, like, yeah, there is story, there is genre.
You told me before that you took the story you didn't know anything about, like the 90s and independence.
No, so it's not like I didn't know anything. Like I was 4 and 5 years old.
Yeah.
Like I of course I remember, and it's not like I don't know anything. I wasn't like teenager at that time. That's the difference. I was like experience. These are my like if I remember myself, these are my first memories of my life. Like in the middle of the 90s, and I remember like every human being like remember their first memories very good. Like I can visualize like 90s like perfectly. But yeah, I wasn't listening to metal music when I was 4.
Yeah, and as we talked, you weren't a teenager. Do you have any siblings older than you who were?
Yeah, my sister is from that generation, but she was more listening to the Backstreet Boys, not the Nirvana.
Oh, so she wasn't a lot of help during your movie?
No.
Okay. So,
But for me, yeah, I would say once again like this. I don't know, research or investigation of the 90s, it wasn't like my main stress point to make, like the best 90s, like how they really were. I love, like my cinematographer said, like, and this movie is also like, it is made through with this glance of how people remember their childhood, not how they actually were, like, and as a cinematographer said, like, from the 90s, I don't remember the gray Soviet block buildings, but I remember colorful bicycles from the Soviet Union and after the Soviet Union. And that's how we made the movie, not about this, oh, we don't have money, we listen to metal music to protest about this poor Eastern Europe stuff. No.
This movie is a lot of the story about relations.
Yep.
Like, Jānis, you will fall in love in the movie.
Yeah.
Although you have complicated relations with your parents as well.
Yeah, mainly because of the metal music and acting out. Yes.
So a lot of relations. What is the story behind it? Is it like something personal for you? So complicated relations from your life, was it that kind of personal story, or no? It's fictional, or?
Well, of course, like I can't make a movie without myself, like, unfortunately or luckily, but no, I wouldn't say but that it was super complicated relations with the family, but I think it's teenage years, like you can't, it would be boring if you don't have complicated relations to your parents. Like it's a time when you decide you are not a child anymore, and you decide that you are grown up, but you are not. That makes some kind of complications.
Let's talk about a little about the production part.
Let's do.
How did you find Jānis, Bruno?
It was like regular casting. Like we tested like 400 little boys, and this was the best of the little boys.
Well,
Yeah.
what was it for you? Why did you want to do that?
I actually didn't.
Oh,
I didn't want to.
Mom.
Yeah, mom kind of wanted me to go, but at first there was actually a boy before me, but he had a knee injury, and that's why he left. And they started another casting, and I went to it. I didn't go to the first one. That was the second casting, and yeah, I just started going, and they every time after I left, they called me and told me to come back. And yeah, till it got to the end. I actually didn't believe I was gonna make it, but they kind of just called me and said, "Yeah, you made the movie." So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. Like we shot the film 3 days with another boy.
really?
And then he was injured.
You were already in the middle of the shooting, and then you had to pick Bruno instead. That kind of story, yeah. But if you got involved in filmmaking, it's your first experience
Yes.
as an actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's my first.
How is it? How was it?
Well, it was great. I liked it. Yeah, I don't really like what's it called, theater. I don't really like acting in that. I haven't tried it, but I just don't feel like I would like it. But acting in a movie is cool. I like it. You get a lot of tries to reenact the scene, and you can improvise and just have fun mainly.
What was the hardest part?
Listening to the director, probably.
Listening.
Yeah.
You
Nah.
were like even Bruno, not only Jānis, but even Bruno was rebellious.
Yeah, a little bit. No, but I don't think there was anything that hard. I don't think the main thing we were working day to day, 12 hours. You know, that probably is the hardest part about it.
Was it hard for you to work with teenagers?
It was a challenge. Actually, it wasn't hard. Like we prepared a lot, and in some way it paid off. But you know, when you work with the professional actors, and at some point you are exhausted, you say just like, I just need this and that, and you with your actor skills, like I don't know, just do it and show me the emotion. With these guys, it was always like we wanted this reality in front of the camera, so I always had to make up the stories. Like maybe if there are 4 in the frame, sometimes I don't tell to someone of them like what will happen during the scene, and yeah, it always I had to be very prepared. Like and at the end, it was never like a lot of takes because yeah. When they start to repeat, it doesn't work. Like it is or it is not. Like yeah, it was challenging.
Were there something that like wasn't at all? It was like you couldn't get it.
No, there was some parts which were really hard and almost we didn't make them, but we made them. Yeah.
Can you pick a scene or bring something out? You wanted to add something, Bruno?
Yeah, Jānis didn't really like the part where I'm not sure. Yeah, it was in the movie where I had to gag because I was cleaning the carpet of vomit, and he really didn't like the way I gagged. And at the end, I didn't really do it good, so he just put in something that was, I guess, the best one. But yeah, he was pretty angry at me for not being able to do that good.
It was fine. It was fine. The falling in love scenes were a bit more difficult.
It was hard to get real emotions from them.
Not hard. Yeah. Okay. Let's say it
Let's say hard. Yeah.
Let's say. Let's use this word.
Okay, but how did you accomplish it at the end of today?
I don't know. Like
Bruno told you were angry when he wasn't able to gag.
I wasn't.
He was frustrated.
Frustrated. Okay, that's a better word. Yeah, I don't know. Like talking, like explaining, like making to feel the same way. I don't know. Some these things. It's not like one tool like I use. Like okay, it's not working. I will use this tool. It's like it's coming or it's coming. Or it doesn't come. And maybe I have forget about the deleted scenes which were bad and which it didn't succeed. So.
This book was also translated in Estonia. Do you know that?
Yeah, and then 15 other languages. Yeah.
Yeah, but as well as in Estonia, and it was super popular in Estonia.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it
Good
was.
to hear that.
I hope your movie is as well.
Let's hope for that.
Your premiere was or is coming?
Our international premiere is here in Tallinn.
Yeah, but wait.
It's today.
Today is the special day.
At 5 o'clock or 4:45, I guess. Yeah, 4:45.
So soon.
Very soon, like kind of, yeah.
Okay, I have to finish then. You have to go to the premiere. Thank you, boys. It was really nice to talk to you, and I hope everything will go great and maybe less painfully than for Jānis. It was. Aitäh ka teile, PÖFF TV vaatajad, Jelgava 94 ehk võrdlemisi sarnane lugu eestlaste loole Läti noorukitest on teie ees juba PÖFFil.